I very rarely come to this part of London. It's considered to be one of the poshest areas in the city. Both Gobble Guzzle Jr. and I are looking forward to our jaunt here in Mayfair as we continue our search for food markets in London. Hey you, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to London, and today we are checking out a converted old church which is now one of the most popular food markets in London. It's a very pleasant walk from Hyde Park, and Mayfair is dotted with beautiful Georgian townhouses, gourmet restaurants and expensive hotels. And since our pockets are not that deep to dine in gourmet restaurants, we decided to opt for something a little bit more basic. We've heard that there's a very good food market here in Mayfair, and food markets, food halls or food gardens, they are, well, very convenient for people who are on the go and, very importantly, on a budget. It's almost imperative that you learn to stretch your dollar, or rather your pound, when you're living or traveling in one of the most expensive cities in the world. I mean, you can't survive mainly on beans on toast or even Marks and Sparks ready meals 365 days in a year, and I'm sure you don't want to either. We have finally arrived at our destination. This is MERCATO Mayfair. I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, just as we did, this doesn't look like an entrance to a food market. The site of MERCATO Mayfair was formerly an Anglican church which is called St. Mark's, and it was deconsecrated. That means it stopped being officially a church in the year of 1974. St. Mark's Church was built in 1820s in the Greek Revival style as designed by architect John Peter Gandy. The neoclassical massive columns at the entrance of MERCATO Mayfair are super impressive, don't you think so? Now, wait till you see the interior of this building. This is one food market with a wow factor. Just imagine walking in and you see these tall stained glass windows with the sunlight filtering in. Just look up and you'll see elegant arches gracing the first floor of the site, which was once upon a time known as St. Mark's Church. You still have people flocking here, especially on a weekend, and instead of pews, you have tables and chairs and lots of food stalls. According to an international survey, if I'm not mistaken, it's the International Organization for Migration, it is said that there are approximately 50,000 Malaysians living, working or studying in London itself. So it's not surprising, right here I found one of my compatriots. As I've mentioned from the start, Mayfair is definitely a very, very posh address in London. Amongst some of its very famous former residents in this very privileged area of London were Winston Churchill, Benjamin Disraeli and Jimi Hendrix. As a matter of fact, the late Queen Elizabeth II was born right here in Mayfair in the house of her maternal grandfather in Bretton Street. We haven't been round to the bottom yet, but we have found something to sink our teeth into. The first bite here in MERCATO Mayfair. The lobster roll from the store looked so tempting. At £16.90, this is definitely not your average street food. And for Junior, well, he did sink his teeth into my lobster roll, but he's also going for something Malaysian from the stall we saw earlier. This stall is located on the first floor of MERCATO Mayfair. It's called the Spiced Lab, and it has a very interesting version of Malaysia's all-time favorite nasi lemak. And why do I say that? Well, the reason being that nasi lemak normally only comes with the coconut rice, and here in the Spiced Lab, they serve 3 mini scoops of a very different rice. The white santan rice itself, and also turmeric rice, that's the nasi kunyit, and also nasi telang. Nasi telang, well, you get the blue coloring from the butterfly pea flour. The end result is a very colorful plate and a very delicious plate of nasi lemak in London. Junior kata rasa nasi lemak kat sini boleh tahan juga. If you go below the ground floor level, you will find this area which was once upon a time a vaulted basement crypt. In this part of the former St. Mark's Church, we found a different kind of spirituality. This makes a perfect pit stop for us to sit and just let our food digest, and then we think about what nosh to have next. While we are making a pit stop, I might as well get watered and treat myself to a cheeky gin and tonic here in MERCATO Mayfair. We found the not-so-secret staircase that leads up to the rooftop, and here we are enjoying our steak in the sunshine. Don't think anyone would like to be up here when it's during one of those drizzly London days. When it's good weather like this, it can be quite challenging to get a vacant table, but for us, our patience paid off. Wrapping up yet another vlog on food markets, food halls in London, I'm Gobble Guzzle signing off for now. Be kind always and spread the message of peace. Jumpa lagi. Bye-bye.